Hey, what's up, y'all? And it's time for another college football 2025 preview and prediction. And today we do have the Kansas State Wildcats. Now, last year, Kansas State went 8-4 in the regular season, 9-4 after beating Rutgers in a bowl game. So now, this year, quarterback Avery Johnson does return, so that's good. You've got a returning quarterback. Last year, Avery Johnson got about 2,700 passing yards, 58.3% completions, 7.3 yards per attempt, 25 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. And he also had 600 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns. So that's 32 total touchdowns and 3,300 total yards. Yes, that's pretty good. Yeah, I would like to see those touchdown passes go up, those interceptions go down. You'd like to see that completion percentage needs to go up a little bit. Yards per attempt needs to go up. Anyway, so you do lose your running back, DJ Giddens. 1,300 yards last year and 7 touchdowns. He's off to the NFL. He was like 6.6 yards per carry. Anyway, yeah, he's a beast. But he's off to the NFL. But you do bring back your third leading rusher. Avery Johnson was actually your leading rusher. Right, so you got Dylan Edwards at 500 and something yards last year, but he was getting about 7 yards a carry. And you also bring back Joe Jackson. And then anyway, but from the transfer portal, you did get Antonio Martin Jr. He's a big body. He's 5'11", 220. So yeah, he's a big running back. And yes, he did transfer from southeastern Louisiana. Yes, as a freshman at southeastern Louisiana, he did have over 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns. I know it's southeastern Louisiana, but still, you know that's good. I mean, at any level, even if it is FCS, hopefully it will translate to the Group of 5. So yeah, he started out from nothing, was a no-star. So I mean, so he's gonna work hard. So, but anyway, yes, that'll be huge if he does end up working out. Also got Greg Irvin from junior from Nebraska, but he's not any good. And then let's see wide receivers, tight ends. You do bring back a wide receiver. You're a leading wide receiver, Jace Brown, like 800 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. So he's back. And you do get back your tight end, Garrett Oakley. And you did also sign the number 1 tight end in the class of 2025, Lincoln Cure. Yes, you did have the number 35 recruiting class in 2025. And then let's see, and then your other wide receivers besides Brown, well, everyone else, your other wide receivers are pretty much gone. Keegan Johnson transferred. Jaden Johnson out of eligibility. Dante Cephas out of eligibility. Trey Spivey transferred. Andre Davis transferred. But all you have left from last year is Ty Bowman, who was a freshman last year, but he's a tall receiver at 6'5". And let's see, but from the transfer portal, you did get 3 wide receivers. You did get Caleb Medford from New Mexico. He had about 400 yards receiving at New Mexico last year, which is still better than anyone else you bring back besides Jace Brown. Same thing with Jaron Tibbs. He had over 300 yards at Purdue last year. I know it's Purdue, but we also had Jaron Bradley from Boston College. I know he didn't do much at Boston College last year, but he also previously played at Texas Tech and was pretty good there. He got like over 700 yards as in his second year, and over 400 in his third year. So hopefully he'll play more like the Texas Tech version of Jaron Cooper. And then anyway, yes, so your wide receivers outside of Jason Brown are a question mark. Avery Johnson gonna have to develop new connections with these new wide receivers. Anyway, so let's see. So fine, this was like a similar situation to a Louisville. Really, only one experienced wide receiver coming back, but getting some receivers through the portal. But I guess the difference is that, at least unlike Louisville, at least Kansas State has a returning quarterback, so who's already been running this offense. And then, okay, right, offensively last year you had about 31 points per game and like 426 yards per game. You have a very balanced attack, about like 211 rushing and 215 passing per game. So a very balanced attack. And then, so now let's flip on over to defense. Yeah, defense last year, about 23 points per game, 343 yards per game. So, I mean, I guess that's decent. I mean, that's in a pretty average defense. Anyway, so yeah, so your front seven should still be good. Really, only losing one starter in the front seven, so it's the secondary is going to be the question mark. But anyway, so you do bring back your leading tackler, linebacker, Austin Romaine, and you do also bring back linebacker Desmond Purnell. But you do lose linebacker Austin Moore. So to replace him, you do have a Ryan Van. I don't know why he a returning a linebacker, and he wasn't a starter, but he did get a lot of playing time last year. So I guess he'll be ready to step up into a starting role. You also got one of Ohio State's leftovers, Gabe Powers, to a transfer as well. Anyway, and that's for the defensive line. You got all your starters returning. You got defensive tackles, Damian Ilalio and Uso Seumalo. Yeah, he's the big guy. He's the 6'3", 330 pounds. Yeah, so a large pineapple. And at defensive end, you do bring back Brendan Mott. He had 8.5 sacks last year, so it's big that you're bringing him back. And probably could have gone to the NFL, but decided to stay. So, and then at the other defensive end spot's kind of a mix between Cody Stufflebean, Toby Osunmani. And Chibi Obiavor. Again, I don't name these people, so. Anyway, so then the secondary, you do bring back safeties, VJ Payne, and you also bring back your other safety, Jordan Riley, but you do lose safety Marquez Siegel to the NFL. And then now you do bring back um, J- Jack Fabris and Colby McAllister uh, to battle it out for one of those safety spots. Uh, and then and then uh, and then from the transfer portal, you also got some new additions. You got at safety, you did get Gunnar Maldonado, who uh, who was a starting safety at Arizona, and Jaquavius Moss from from West Georgia. He was a starter at West Georgia. So, but I know it's West Georgia. But and then at corner, you do lose both of your starting corners. You do lose Jacob Parrish and Keenan Garber. And then, so we do bring back your two backup corners from last year, Justice James and Zayshawn Rich. So maybe one of them could start. And then from the transfer portal, you also bring in Amarian Fortenberry, who was a starting corner at South Alabama, and Jaden Rowe, a leftover from Oklahoma. But anyway, now how about we go ahead and get into the schedule. So now you do start out against Iowa State in Dublin, Ireland in week 0. And yeah, I do think this is going to be a good game. But I already did Iowa State, so if you saw my Iowa State prediction, then you already know that I have you winning this game. And then you come back home, you've got North Dakota, FCS opponent. You should steamroll them. And then after that, you do play Army. Now, Army, no pushover. You better watch out for this one. I mean, Army was a good team last year, but I mean, good is kind of relative, because they did play the easiest schedule in FBS last year, aside from Notre Dame. So and Navy. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and give you the win against Army. And then next, you do play at Arizona. I think this is a Friday night game, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, Arizona State was just so bad last year. I mean, now their only good player, Tetsuo McMillan, he's gone to the NFL. So, anyway, so Arizona lost. Was already terrible last year. They lost their best player, so I don't really expect much out of Arizona this year either. So I do expect you to beat Arizona. And that takes you in your first bye week. You got 3 bye weeks. Uh, be, because you play in week 0. Most teams this year get 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 2 bye weeks. Anyway, so after you come out of that, and then you play at you play you play UCF. They got Scott Frost back as their head coach. Remember when Scott Frost took them to that undefeated season in 2017? Of course, that was when UCF was a Group of 5 team. Now now they're a Power 4 team, so it'll be a different story. So we'll see how it works out this time. But I mean, UCF was terrible last year, so I'm going to give you the win. Next, you do play. You play at Baylor. So then after you start out 5-0, I think this is where you take your first loss at Baylor. It is on the road. You've got to lose a game eventually. You just never really know what you're gonna get out of Baylor under Dave Aranda. They could go 3-9. They could win the Big 12. So I don't. So you never quite know what to expect. But I'm going to give you the loss to Baylor. And then next you play at TCU, and unfortunately I do have you taking back-to-back losses. And then that takes you into your second bye week. Come out of that, you play at Kansas, and it was in 2008 was the last time that you lost to Kansas. So you've won like 16 straight against the Jayhawks. There's no way I can pick Kansas here. I've got you beating Kansas again. Though they did almost beat y'all last year, but anyway, Kansas has just been, was just so bad for so long. I know that they've, gotten good lately, or not good, or not really. I guess good, decent, not great, but Anyway, next up you do play Texas Tech, and here's where you take another L. Texas Tech. They've been they're building toward something at Texas Tech. Recruiting has been going up for Texas Tech since NIL started. So they won 8 games last year. So Texas Tech is they're a program on the rise. So, and, so that's your third loss. And now you have your third bye week. You come out of that. You play Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State was absolutely horrible last year. They were 3-9. They were a massive disappointment. But anyway, I think you're going to beat them again this year. And then you play at Utah. You've got back-to-back road games, and I think you're going to lose one of them. So I got you losing the second game, Utah. And I think you catch another L here. I don't know if Utah is going to be any good this year. I mean, we're not used to seeing Utah be this bad 2 years in a row. I mean, Kyle Whittingham is too good of a coach to let this keep happening. So, so I think you take a fourth loss to Utah, and then you finish up Colorado. I did Colorado already. I'm not expecting much out of Colorado if you saw my Colorado preview. So I got you beating Colorado. Anyway, so it's going to put you at 8-4 and 5-4 in the Big 12, and also that game against Arizona is actually treated as a non-conference game. So, but anyway, so that's going to be it. Just let me know what y'all think in the comments. Give me your prediction for Kansas State, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.